Hello and welcome to our episode of TechSpace, a place where we discuss technology trends, topical matters and innovative solutions with experts within their field. I'm excited to welcome today's guest, the rather marvellous Nicola Marins from MuchBetter, an award-winning e-wallet app. So without a doubt, COVID-19 has supercharged the uptake of contactless payments globally. The market itself was said to be worth $1.7 trillion in 2021, and it's predicted to exceed $6 trillion by 2028. Now, Nicola, we're all familiar with contactless card payments, even mobile phone payments, and definitely on the rise, payments using smartwatches and even smart rings. But what other cool payment devices are out there that we can get excited about?
Hi, Nats. Thank you for welcoming me onto your show. I think in terms of other cool devices, I mean, the sky is the limit. As long as we're using the correct security within the chips and they are implemented in the devices in the correct way, according to MasterCard's guidelines, whom we work with. The sky is the limit. At the moment, I'm supporting a brand new launch with a nail company who are going to be embedding chips into nails. So I've been one of the first to test that. It's been absolutely awesome. The looks on people's faces are incredible when you pay.
Nails?
Yeah. So I have a chip laid over the top of one of my nails in a gel, so like a manicure, which is pretty cool.
That is so bizarre.
So, well, I mean, I am the USP for this because I regularly leave the house in a fluster doing school run or whatever, no wallet. Sometimes I leave my phone at home, which means obviously I'm limited then. I have no device to pay contactlessly, and suddenly there is my nail. So I am the USP.
That is astonishing. Absolutely astonishing.
It's incredible.
I think it's on for BBC Click.
Well, we hope that we'll have a larger launch with our partnership in June, in time for Money 2020. So watch this space, everybody. And I think really how we would describe wearables is that it becomes consumer choice. It's not a bank designated payment device that the bank have designed or come up with like a card. And the beauty of the wearables are the consumer chooses the type of wearable, the action of those wearables, and indeed whom they wish to partner that or pair that wearable to, either a prepaid or a tokenized service. MuchBetter providing a prepaid wallet across the EEA, Switzerland, and now into Canada. And I think that it's really important to understand it is about the consumer. So over the past 6 months, from the core business of MuchBetter, which is usually cards, we've actually seen a month on month growth of the wearable side. So that's super exciting.
Wow.
And I think other things in terms of those wearables and in terms of the chip security, it's being underpinned by one of our partners, DigiSec, who pushed the personalization into the devices over the air, which means we do not require a bureau to add those payment details. So it doesn't need to happen like the banks do in a bureau with a card. So again, it offers flexibility to the OEMs, flexibility to the customer. And as we develop further, we are with DigiSec just launching the ability to provision, so personalize your wearable device via your mobile phone.
Wow. I mean, things move on really quickly and
very fast.
In fact, as a consumer, not quite as innovative, I suppose, or forward as you're paying with your nails. But I recently bought myself one of these key rings. And what I love about this keyring is that I rarely leave the house without my keys, for starters, and I don't have to keep it charged. And as you said, the setup process, although not through my mobile, but it was fairly simple. And I managed to buy a round of drinks at our local pub, much to the skepticism of the landlady. But I suspect you will have a lot more attention paying with your nails.
I do get some funny looks, and unfortunately people look at me like I've created witchcraft, and I'm still finding it so novel that it also means sometimes I'll release a cackle. Unintentionally, of course.
That is brilliant. So that's from the consumer side. So as a manufacturer of a thing, like nails, as you say, clothes, jewellery, anything really, and I wanted to add a payment capability to it, what would be the first step? And can you briefly explain the process of making my MuchBetter thing a payment device?
So from a MuchBetter point of view, we work closely with a partnership, DigiSec, who the tenuous link being that Maltos underpin the security services that DigiSec are able to use to provision over the air without a bureau. And DigiSec are able to use an end-to-end service for an OEM to designate the chips and the keys required for their devices and add them into the security of their system. They are then allocated to the OEM who will sell those devices to their consumers, and the consumers receive a device. They know nothing of the technicalities in the background, which is the right way. Nobody needs to know that. And when they are required to personalize that device and pair it to their MuchBetter wallet, currently the device is sent with a 9-digit unique code, which is then entered into the app wallet. And that creates the pairing of that device or clothing or whatever it is that chip has been embedded into, and it becomes a live personalized device for that consumer.
Wow. So in terms of longevity in the field of these items, so Maltos technology is renowned for its highly secure provisioning of devices that are already out in the field. So once you own a MuchBetter payment device, can the chip on the device be provisioned or updated remotely?
So we're just working at the moment with a provisioning service called Arkos, which has been developed by DigiSec, and remotely being via the mobile phone. So with a certain type of chip, those chips can be provisioned and re-provisioned via the mobile device. So no need to go back to manufacturer if there's an issue or those devices lose their timescale. Brilliant.
I mean, it is fascinating how things just move on and these innovations just take place. It's almost consumer-led.
Definitely. Definitely. And I think one of the other really important factors is whilst we use chips for the security purposes of payments, which is obviously the highest level of security, those chips are also able and capable of hosting data for ID or for ticketing or any of the other operating features that we would like to use, which brings me on to my next thing. We have been partnered with a football company, a football club in Spain, which has been hugely exciting. So Railbet and MuchBetter work together to provide a payment e-wallet solution with the ticket inside the same device.
Wow.
Which is the world's first. It's
so what is that part of some merchandising that they do, and the fans apply for a real merchandise that they can use as for ticketing? And
so we're working with the season ticket holders, and the season ticket holders at the beginning of next season will have the option to purchase the Railbet MuchBetter key fob. And then on this key fob, they will be able to pair it to their MuchBetter wallet. And that key fob will have the ticketing data pushed through the NFC interface of their mobile phone through our wallet into this device.
Wow.
Which is really, really cool. I mean, it's the world's first. It's never happened before. And we've worked on a proof of concept this year. We know that it's live, it works, people are using it. We did a soft launch with 1,500 users to make an application for it. And I think within 48 hours, we had over 3,000 people making applications, and we had to close early. As we move into legislation with ticketing and making sure we have exact numbers of users in stadium, as countries develop and as legislation changes. It is the security that we need to make sure people stay safe. Brilliant.
I mean, I'd like to say, well, what's next for MuchBetter? But actually, you've already told us about the nails. You've already told us about the Railbet's fantastic sort of expansion of your technology. What other exciting news can you share with us?
Well, I guess just to finish with one more, the Sports Technology Awards within the industry have recognised the partnership between MuchBetter and Railbet, and we have actually been shortlisted for one of the awards for the partnership, bringing the technology to venue.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's fabulous news. Fabulous news. Well, on that very high note, I'm afraid that's all we have time for. Thank you so much, Nicola, for joining us today. And thank you everyone else for watching. And we hope you'll be back soon.
Thanks, Nats.